Welcome back to another video, everyone. I'm back and we've got a tired little future zookeeper here that just won't sleep, and I've just discovered that we've got a whole bunch of eggs here, so I've got to start getting busy. We've got some children's python's eggs, and I think I've got some Boyd's forest dragon eggs as well, so we're going to get stuck in and get some of these eggs organised. Absolutely wiped out and refused to sleep all day. It's your own doing, little man. I'm too excited for some eggs. You gonna come help me dig up some eggs? So I've not long been home from work, and I've actually discovered that my female children's python has finally laid eggs. Don't mind the really dirty tank. This is because I like to leave them alone during breeding season, and I'm looking forward to cleaning this up. But check that out. The male's still in there with her because I like to make sure the job's done. She's sitting on what looks like a massive clutch of eggs. So I'm hoping that we got a whole bunch of good little eggies in there. And I've got my incubation tub ready to go. So the incubator's already on. I've got a couple of gallons eggs in there at the moment. Things are starting to kind of fire off a little bit here. I've just done the old perlite trick, bunch of water on the bottom, nothing special. I'm sure you guys can look up plenty of videos on how to incubate these little eggs. But basically the plan is, I'll probably pull Dad out and temporarily chuck him into this tub up here is all clean, this next one up. And long term I'm going to put Mum into that one, just so that she doesn't smell any eggs, and I'll put Dad back down into this one, and then I'll clean this tank out anyway at a very soon stage, because it is pretty nasty. But as I said, I like to keep them like this. They like to make sure that it smells like them. You can see little bits of urate and stuff everywhere. It is gross, but that just makes it feel like home for them. And as you can see, she's done a killer job, because it looks like we've got quite a few eggs this year, which is exciting. Exciting, if I may. So first steps first, I'm gonna pull that out quickly. We'll put him into this tank above here. So I've got this one all cleaned up, ready for Mum. We'll hide and stuff in there. So we'll temporarily chuck him up in there just so he's out of the road, and then we'll have a look at Mum with these eggs. All right, Dad, off you go. Such good little snakes. I love these children's pythons. He can stay there temporarily. Now let's deal with Mum. Okay, Dad's out of the way. Hopefully Mum's not too defensive. She's usually not. She's a very well experienced girl. Here she is. She's made an appearance a few times on this channel, I think for the last couple of years. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly peel her off these eggs and see if I can get these safely into this little container that's just next to me here. It's just out of camera shot right now. And we'll give her a bit of a check over, make sure she's got no funny, hopefully no stuck eggs or anything inside of her. And we'll put her into a new enclosure from there. I might give her a little bit of a wipe down with just some weak detergent diluted with some water, just so she doesn't smell like her eggs, just not to confuse her. There's little pythons like this, they like to get a little bit confused, and if they can smell their eggs, they try to find their eggs. And of course, if they smell like eggs, they'll do all sorts of crazy stuff. They'll bunch up newspaper or bedding or whatever they're on. We don't want that for her. We'll see if we can release her from these eggs. Oh, it looks like you've done well, darling. I was expecting these just about any day now, so she kind of had me second guessing a little bit, which sometimes happens. Wasn't sure if she was going to go this year. Okay, just pop those down there. Another couple here that are very long. They're still pretty soft, so it means like she must have only done these at some point today, which is good. I like to try to start from about a third of the way down the body, working my way down, just give her a bit of a feel. make sure that there's nothing lumpy, nothing too unusual. Doesn't seem to be. She's feeling pretty good. She's actually retained quite a bit of weight this year, which is nice. And it looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 eggies from her. So there you go. She's looking nice and good. So what I'm going to do is I'll just quickly pop her into this other container here, away from her eggs, and then I'll show you her eggs. And that way at least she can actually pause that thought. I'm going to give her a quick wipe down and then I'll pop her into this container and then I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. She's washed. Hopefully feeling a bit more like herself. She's going to be rewarded with a wrap tonight, I dare say. Maybe I'll give her a night to kind of adjust. There we go. I've got to clean up this boys tank now. I'll do that in a minute and I'll show you guys what we've got here. So there we have it, a little clutch of children's python eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. These are looking pretty good. I have had a quick candle, they look pretty good to me. Yeah, very stoked with this. I'm going to leave these guys in this tub. It'll probably take in the vicinity of 55 to 65 days for these little guys to hatch out. And yeah, we'll have to come back once these little guys are hatched. But for now, let's go and dig up some, well, I'll hopefully dig up some Boyd's forest dragon eggs. Alright, into the incubator, which hides down the hole. Down here, whoop, balancing containers and gimbals and all sorts. So I've got a few little Gillen's eggs down there on the left. Now these guys will slide in here, and the Boyd's, if I do have any Boyd's eggs, they're just going to be done on the bookshelf in the herp room, so nothing to flash. Let's put those there. Alright, let's go and check out the Boyd's and see if we can dig up some eggs there. Okay, so we're back at the Boyd's enclosure now, and I've noticed that this female that's down on the ground here, she's looking rather skinny after looking rather plump for a fair while. Now, I think yesterday I caught her having a bit of a scratch around this area here, so I believe that there's a good chance that she's laid eggs in this little front corner down here, but knowing her, I may not be able to tell, so I may need to dig around this whole thing. So I'm going to throw the time lapse on, see if I can find some eggs and pop them into this little egg tray, this little egg container here. Man, these things cop a bit of use, that's for sure. But yeah, hopefully this time she gives me some fertile eggs, because she's well renowned last season. She's given me a whole bunch of duds. So anyway, we'll see what happens. So that didn't take me long at all. I did find a little clutch kind of just buried down this left hand side down here, just below a few of these rocks. She almost just put it next to the rocks essentially. One of them, this little one here, actually looks like it's fertile. The other ones are a bit skeptical in my opinion. But what I might do is I might just, while I'm here, because she can sometimes hide these things on me, I might actually just have a quick cruise around and see if I can find any more eggs. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. You know, these things just sometimes are out of your control. I'm not sure if it's the female that's having a few issues for you know, fertilizing these eggs, or if it's the male just not shooting too much good sperm. But nonetheless, I'll keep trying. And there's 3 little eggs that I'm going to add into my little bookshelf over here. Excuse my grubby fingers. Been digging around in enclosures. So I'm just going to leave those there, and hopefully in a couple of months' time, maybe at least one little Boyd's might pop out of there. And yeah, hopefully in a couple of months' time I can start filling up that snake rack with a few children's pythons. So as always guys, if you did happen to enjoy this video, make sure to leave the video a like, drop it a comment down below if you'd like to, and don't forget to go and support me over on Patreon and Teespring if you want to add into the channel at all. And until next time guys, I will catch you then. Take it easy.